Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, Brother Wasim, Anwar and Aisha seemed of welcoming me into this platform. Yes, my name is Yasmin Mahmoud and I'm originally from Somalia. And I'm living in the United Kingdom around 25 years now.
Great, mashallah, mashallah. So, ma'am, what is your matrimonial status? Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm a mother of 4 children, Alhamdulillah, bless them.
Mashallah.
3 girls and 1 boy. And also I'm separated. My husband is just escaping back to the country. He escaped from this Western hard job, so he's back home. I got 4 brothers. I'm the oldest and one sister. Yes, I just would like to take this opportunity to thank to the people of Pakistan because they were the first people in 1992 September, the only country which accepted to offer a humanitarian support with the United Nations. So since then we were broke and we had a civil war. We never said to give our thanks to the Pakistani people. They were the first country who offered to be sent to Somalia as a peacekeepers. So at this opportunity, I will say that I appreciate and I always keep my heart about Pakistan people and country. I was born in Somalia in 1972. We had a beautiful life. My country was so beautiful. There was government. We had, graduated and learned. Even I learned in my English. I used to learn French in the French Cultural Center, Italy, in the Italian, the Embassy of Italy. We had a good life. My father was a businessman who used to travel from Saudi Arabia, and all my uncles, although there was a political conflict which was starting and the country was deteriorating that time. And then that after that beautiful life, this civil war broke out as soon as we graduated, and we were just trying to reach our beautiful life as young people. 1992, everything was collapsed. My family fled to Kenya refugee camps. They spent a lot of time, but luckily I stayed behind. And in that 1992, I started working with Action Against Hunger, a French humanitarian company. I started as a secretary because I was well prepared and I knew the language. I was a graduate. Then I started to feed my family from the age of 20 years, staying alone in a civil war zone, where all my family were being in the refugee camps in Kenya, and it's popular camp which is called Kakuma, between the Sudan and Kenya border, which was horrible life, but we didn't have choice. I have to be as a young girl to be at risk of raped, killed, or end up as a mortar shell. You can imagine a war zone from 1992, and I resigned my job 2000, and that was made me the strongest woman that I am. I have seen a lot. People dying, being in the middle of a conflict, a big conflict, malnutrition children. I was also being kidnapped in Somalia by armed people. I was in a roadblock with armed people. Luckily, I have never experienced a kind of rape, but I was just being blessed by God. But I was at risk for anything else. But I have to be strong to work hard with that Action Against the Hunger Company, a humanitarian organization, which was a blessing job all over Somalia from north to south. I was doing a very good job. And from that ladder, I became from secretary as a head of mission. So I was traveling. I was part of the United Nations coordination body. I was also a representative from my organization for the NGO consortium. It was a great job, which made me the person I am. And finally, my family has been granted a refugee status. Then I joined it, and we came here 13 people as a United Kingdom, as a family reunion. We settled, and again, I started my parenthood. I became a mother. I dedicated my children to my life. I was a simple mother who is breadwinning, and still I did not stop. Tried to continue my education from UK background. I'm a political, global politics and international relationship. And again, I like the job of charity and humanitarian job. Then in UK, I ended up to be a charity work for many years to help be refugee women and children to integrate and mentor them. It took me another 10 years. That's
Mhm.
my journey.
Mashallah, mashallah, ma'am, you are a strong lady. In spite of you have seen many hurdles, but hats off to you. And you want to say something, Aisha?
Yes, I just I'm really proud of you. So after so many hardships you have gone through, now you have a good life, mashallah, and with your kids, you are living a good life compared to the life which you had. And the other thing is, Alhamdulillah, I we believe that Allah doesn't give so much any put you in in a hardship if He thinks that you're not that strong. If someone is a strong person, they are given those challenges by Allah. So I think you are a very strong lady, and this is why you have been given so much challenges, and you just went through them, and you you are here now, safe and sound with your family and with a good life. So Alhamdulillah for that. um,
Yes, I just see. I'm as a career. I am a global politics and international relationship, but I have never worked with a politician. Moreover, I use my career as a humanitarian job for the as I told you, from 1992 to 2000. And when I came here 2000, I was on the newspapers. I had a really good job of helping the refugee people to integrate. I also learned community research, and I was involved as a Somalis in Sheffield. Why the Somali community, especially the young people, were being more into crimes,
mm,
and we discovered about Somali is were being almost single-headed female households because of the separation. There was no role models. It was a really good research in which we launched into the government, and usually I worked a lot into the policy changing because the cultural, some sort of communities came to these countries and they have cultural problems in which can be a crime into this country. So I was mostly going to change the curriculum of the social services to the police, and also about those researches. And then right now I'm working as a law firm. I'm still doing my charity job, which is helping the mental ill people and the prisoners who are sick to get access to the justice department, to get their rights, to live in a dignity way, or get out of the section of the institutes for some time. That's what I do. I'm also a kind of professional translator and interpreter. I do a lot of job with the mainstream when they are going to court, some of the critical cases involving mental illness, prison, child, welfare with the social services and so on. That's what I do.
Yasin, I'm really astonished. How come? How do you find time for these things? What you do a lot. You are at the same time you are at your home. You're with your profession. You're also doing charity work. So it's really hard to give so much time to such, and it needs a lot of time. Yes,
It is.
I think so.
It
You are
needs a
doing a
lot of
lot.
time, but the problem is about if you are a person, since I was 19 years old and took the responsibility of my 15 members, including my grandmother and small children and my mother, all alone in a refugee camp in a country that they don't know, I took that responsibility and commitment to have accountability of my job, because usually I do what I like. And on passive is too much, but I am really enjoying it. I love it.
And when
So,
you enjoy what you're doing, then
yes,
I think you don't have to find time for it.
yes. So I
It
finish
just
work in
comes
five
naturally.
o'clock. 5 o'clock. When I come, maybe there is Zoom. I join from the Zoom in Singapore, middle of my job, if I got the time. And as soon as I come here, if there are Zooms, I put as a in my my laptop always. I got office in my kitchen, the best place, so I can cook,
Yeah,
feed the
that's the
kids,
best
and
place. Yes, you're
work
right.
on this.
Okay, okay. So okay, ma'am. Nice.
On Basif, I joined it last year, August. I was in a holiday with my kids in Disneyland Paris. Then, when I came in August the 10th, there is a dear friend who was my childhood friend who was here 3 years on Basifian. And then he invited me, uh, Abdel Nasser Mahmoud, who is a very quiet, brand ambassador. You usually don't see him. He works a lot. And he invited me and paid also my fee. And he said, Yasmin, you are good at this. I have never been into this kind of digital marketing, because usually,
Mhm.
they are fake and it's disappointing and so on. So I have never given a go, because usually I read them and I see according to my experience. But when I read on Basif and I went through it and I have seen those people who are involved with the tech bros, Dr. Bill, all the
Yeah.
communities, those people who have been before me, and the idea of Ambasif, because it's different and it's unique. I just fell in love, and it was the right decision, and it was the best gift that a friend could ever give me, and I appreciate with that. Since then, I became crazy like everyone else. I sleep few hours, and I'm everywhere. You will see me everywhere all the time.
Yes, yes, mashallah. Yes, it is like that. It's contagious.
Yeah,
Unpassive is contagious. When you just come in, you cannot get out, and you just want to deep dive in it so much that you. I don't think I can say no to any webinar or any invitation that has been given to me for coming there. And just if I find time, and if I don't find time for any webinar, I really feel very sorry. I really feel very regret inside that I couldn't attend that webinar. This is what it is. This is the best thing about our company, that you can't get enough. You just have to be in it, and just you cannot stop talking about it. So
yeah.
that's it. So another thing,
The problem with compulsive is
yeah,
some people don't take responsibility, and it's good for you to have accountability. So they praise Ash Mufareh, our CEO. They like him his way, but one person cannot do anything. And at least if there are other brand ambassadors like you guys, Martin Digamo, Chris Johnson, Red Frame, all these people who are doing engineer Mike, Otic Bros, all these people who are doing good things, you have supported them. You need to go there, because people cannot keep it up if they don't have, the appetite. So as it's matter of, networking. That's our responsibility and our accountability. Yes. Our beloved Ash Mufarah, our CEO, is a very unique guy. He's very genius, and he's smart, and he knows what he's doing. You cannot get all this combined thing into one person. And the world is crazy. Sometimes things get changed by some visionaries. And one thing I can say, he is well equipped the job he's doing, and he's good at that, especially the marketing. He's brave man, and he believes in himself. The way he started about putting us all together, even if we don't know each other and if we never met. Now I can if I want to buy you a gift, I know the colors you like. Usually we are watching each other, and you don't see in this world this number of brand ambassadors who have got one goal and one heart, and that is set by his example. So it's something unique. Sometimes you have no words to express.